YouTube, welcome back to another video, man. My name is Motion FX, and today I'll be going over the previous trading week. We had a pretty solid week. We made just around $700 in profits for the entire week. We had some ups and downs, but I'm gonna just go over the trades I took and the losses I did also take and the wins. And I'm gonna just show you guys why I took these trades and what we can do better going into the next trading week. So let's get into the video. All right, so right now we're on US 30. This is Monday. I didn't trade on Monday just because there was news, right? There was a flash warning at about 9:45, and normally I'm looking for my setup at 9:30 a.m. So that's like 50 minutes after market open. So I'm not really gonna look to take a trade that close. You know what I'm saying? I don't trade news. I'm not a news trader. But let's just see, just in case just in case we was to take a trade, let's see what happens, right? So normally I come into the market at 9 a.m., right, which would be right on this yellow vertical line right here. And what I'm looking for is highs and lows, right? Previous highs, previous lows before 9:30 a.m., right? So I'm looking for a solid resistance zone and I'm looking for a solid support zone, right? So boom, we came in at 9 a.m., right on that yellow vertical line. And what do I see? I see that we have highs right here, right? And we have lows right here. So I'd mark out my support, which would be the lows. And as we get close to 9:30, mark out our resistance. Boom. Now, all I want to see is a breakout at 9:30 a.m. Now, as you guys can see right here, we broke out to the downside at 9:25, right? So I'm not going to take the trade just because it's not 9:30, right? I want to take the trade as soon as the time says 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? So right now I just dropped down on the 1 minute just so we can go over it. So as you guys can see, we broke that support level at 9:28, right? And we kept pushing, right? 9:29, we had a little bit of retracement, and then at 9:30 we literally opened below the support zone. So I wouldn't have took that trade anyway, right? And even if we did take this trade, right, let's say we entered on our sell position, and normally I use a 30-point stop loss. Boom, 30 points. We wouldn't even hit our 1 to 2, right? So I mean, just wasn't a pretty smart trade to even take in the first place, just because we had news. So we wouldn't have took that trade anyway, right? So either way, we would have still took a loss, right? Now Tuesday, I did take a trade because there was no news, it was clear, everything was there, so we took our setup, right? So we came into the market, same thing, 9 a.m. Came into the market at 9 a.m., which would be right here on that yellow vertical line. And I see that we have support at this low right here, right? So we have a strong, solid support level. And as we get close to 9:30, right about this 9:20 candle, we created a high. Boom, right? So we have resistance, we have support. Now at 9:30, I'm just looking for price to either break above or below resistance or support, right? So we dropped down to the 1 minute, and this day I took two L's, right? Why? Because we got faked out twice. As you guys can see, at 9:28 we broke out to the downside, didn't take it yet because it wasn't 9:30, right? 9:29 we started pushing back up into this little range, and then at 9:30 this 9:30 candle broke out to the upside. As you guys can see, we left the wick right here. So boom, we entered on our buy position as soon as we got that breakout, 20-point stop loss, and as you guys can see, price literally just came back down, stopping us out. Now, so that was one fake out, right? So boom, we would mark that as a fake out. Now, if I was to go buy again, I would want to see price to either break above this wick. As soon as price was to break above that wick, then I would go buy. But we didn't break above that wick. What we did was we broke below these recent breakouts, like this recent fake out to the downside, right? We had a fake out at 9:29 pre-market, right? So as soon as we broke that fake out, I entered on my sell position, and the same thing happened, right? We took another L. Right now, I mean, this is just a part of trading. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every day is not going to be a W, every day is not going to be a L, but it's just up to you to follow your rules, follow your system in place so you don't lose your account and that you can actually make profits in the market, right? So we took two L's right here, lost about $500 in total because I risked a small amount, right? I don't risk a large amount every time I take a trade. I risk a small amount, so I target a bigger amount, right? Risk to reward, right? If you guys are new to trading, that's what risk to reward is. You risk a small amount and you target a bigger amount of money, and you know what I'm saying? You make more than your losses, basically. So in this case, I lost $500, which is completely fine. I was willing to lose it, right? And I took two trades, right? We took that sell side breakout of that wick, and we came back up, lost another 250. So 250, 250, $500 lost in total. I take 2 trades per day. So after losing those 2 trades, I just call it quit. You know what I'm saying? Ended up on an L day, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first trade I took for the week. Like I said, on Monday we had news, so I didn't take that trade. Right? So this is the first trade we took for the week, and took 2 L's. Whatever, it is what it is. And we moved on to the next day, which was on Wednesday, right? So we're gonna hop on the 5 minute time frame, and we're gonna break down the charts, right? So on this day, I took a W, made 800 plus on this day. Now, basically the same thing, simple strategy, right? Came in at 9 a.m., which would be on that yellow vertical line. And I'm looking for support and resistance, right? Which is basically highs and lows pre-market, right? So as you guys can see, boom, we have lows right here, right? And we obviously have highs right here. Now, all this was formed before 9:30. Now, all I want to see is price to either break above these highs or below these lows at 9:30. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, as you guys can see, when we came in at 9 a.m. right here, there was also this like zone in the middle, right? This was, at the time, it was our support zone, but because we broke below that zone before 9:30, because we broke below that zone before 9:30, and we closed, we basically disrespected this zone, right? So it wasn't really a zone anymore for real. So we closed below this zone, and we went and respected these lows right here. So now we have our support right here, and we still have our resistance at these highs. Now we're waiting for that 9:30 candle to break these highs. Now I could have entered right here once we broke back above this zone, but this would be kind of a risky entry because price could break above but still create a lower high and then push down. So what I mean by that, let's say price is to come down, price could have pushed back up, created a lower high, which is lower than this high right here, right? And then push back down, and then we could have got stopped out. So I waited for price to break above this high, right? So let me just delete this real quick. Boom. So as you guys can see, the 9:30 candle pushed up, broke above this high right here, which is our resistance. We entered on our buy position, followed our rules. That's the wrong instrument. Boom. We entered on our buy position, followed our rules, 30-point stop loss. Sometimes I use 25, sometimes I use 30-point stop loss, sometimes I use 40-point stop loss. It really just depends on how volatile price is, right? How volatile, how big these candles are going to be, right? So normally I don't use more than a 40-point stop loss, and the least is a 25-point stop loss, right? I don't go no lower than 25 and no higher than 40. And on normal days, I just use 30, keep it in between just to keep safe. You know what I'm saying? So I use the 30-point stop loss, and I just targeted previous structure. So if I hop on the 15-minute and we look for previous structure, right? You guys will see, let me just zoom out a little bit. You guys will see previous structure would be over here. Now, normally some people would target the top of these wicks, but all I need is a 1 to 3. So I literally just targeted like in the middle, and we obviously hit. As you guys can see, if you go back over here, drop down to the 5-minute, and we go back to Wednesday. Boom. As you guys can see, we literally hit our target. 1 to 3 are literally exactly what I was looking for, and we cashed W trade, right? Made 800 plus. I think it was 833. I'll put the profits on the screen somewhere. But yeah, W trade, made back our losses from the previous day, right? We took a $500 loss in total, and this one trade made back 2 losses, right? So literally yesterday, which was Tuesday, we took 2 losses, which was $250 each, which is $500 in total. And one trade, literally one trade that we took, made back that loss plus more in profit. That's the power of risk to reward. You know what I'm saying? Risking less and aiming for more in profit. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is one trade and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So that was a W. And then on Thursday, we took another trade, but not on US 30, just because US 30 kind of broke out before 9:30, that's not a part of my strategy. I want to see a breakout at 9:30, right? So we're going to hop on NASDAQ, and I'm going to show you guys the trade I took on Thursday. So boom, we go to Thursday, and this is the trade right here, right? So first thing first, we came into the market at 9 a.m., which is on this yellow vertical line right here, as you guys can see. And what we seen was we had support at this low right here, right? We had support at this low, and we had a resistance at this high right here, right? We had high right here, and we had a low right here. Now, all I wanted to see was price to either break above or below these zones at 9:30. Now, before 9:30, we broke below this low, right? So at 9:25, we broke below that low, and there was obviously a new low at London lows, right? I don't like to normally trade off of London lows because we normally do get faked out, and we did get faked out, right? So we traded off London lows, got faked out at first, right? If I hopped on the 1 minute time frame, right, we got the breakout. We got the breakout at 9:30, which was on this blue candle right here. So we kind of broke out before at 9:26, but we did come back above into the range. And then at 9:30, we broke out. So I took that trade at 9:30, breaking below these lows right here. And I had a 30-point stop loss. And as you guys can see, we literally just faked out and then pushed up. Now, I was expecting that because we were trading off of London lows. So I did kind of lower my risk a little bit, and I didn't risk a lot. So I lost a small amount just because I already knew we were trading off of London lows. So we got the fake out, and then normally whenever we have a fake out and price push below the wick that we left with the fake out, then price is just gonna keep dumping, right? So that's literally what happened. This is literally just all market experience right here, which made me back my profits. So boom, we had the 9:30 fake out to the downside, entered, lost, boom, we came back up, retraced, and then on this 9:32 candle, we broke below the fake out wick. Now, as soon as we broke below that fake out wick, I entered on my sell position again because normally, like I said, market experience, whenever we break below a fake out wick, then price is literally just going to keep dumping. Like it happens all the time. So we entered below the fake out wick, and I just had a little bit of a tighter stop loss. I think I had like a 23 or 20-point stop loss, something around that. And I just grabbed my 1 or 3 and literally just made back the loss that we took right here, right? Pretty easy, pretty simple. Okay, so going into the next trading week, for Nasdaq specifically, I'm just gonna be waiting for that 9:30 a.m. candle to just close first before I look for an entry. So normally I would enter on the 9:30 breakout, but for the past week on Nasdaq, it seems like that 9:30 candle normally breaks out and then goes in the like it will break out, fake you out, go in the opposite direction, and then break back below that fake out wick and then keep on dumping. So what I'm gonna be looking to do is I'm just gonna wait until this 9:30 candle open closes, and I'm just gonna wait for some sort of retracement. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't have a retracement and it just keeps on dumping, then I'll just hop in a little bit late. It's nothing wrong with that, but I'm definitely gonna be a little bit more cautious on that 9:30 a.m. breakout. And if we do leave a fake out wick and we do decide to come back down and break below, as you guys can see right here in this example, I'm just gonna look to enter off of this wick instead of the initial breakout at 9:30, right? In terms of US 30, US 30 has been pretty good, to be honest. There's nothing really wrong with US 30. The only thing was on Tuesday, we just had a little bit of bad price action. You know what I'm saying? We took an unfortunate couple L's on the fake outs, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It's all a part of the strategy. You know what I'm saying? Fake outs are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to win every single trade. You're not going to lose every single trade. But going over US 30, I mean, price action is just pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's really going on for real. You know what I'm saying? That 9:30 a.m. is pushing like normal, as you guys can see right here after we took that W. You know what I'm saying? We broke these highs, entered as soon as that 9:30 candle broke out. 30-point stop loss, and we targeted our structure. And as you guys can see, we cashed, right? So in terms of US 30, pretty much the same. I'm going to be looking for aggressive entries, but when it comes to NASDAQ, I'm going to just tone it down a little bit and be a little bit more skeptical about my entries, right? That's pretty much it for the week. We ended the week up like $700 in profit. It wasn't really the best week that we had, but it wasn't really the worst week either. So, I mean, it's a W week, you know what I'm saying? We still up in profit for the week. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't take trades on Fridays just because price action isn't the best for this specific strategy that I trade. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this little trade breakdown. Trading week breakdown. W week, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to learn this strategy, make sure you guys click that link in the description below. I have a free Discord, you know what I'm saying? You guys can join the community. You can also check out the free trading course, link in the description below. It's completely free, no cost. It will teach you from A to Z how to become profitable, how to make consistent money in the markets, and how to change your life, right? Also, you can live trade with me every single day. You know what I'm saying? From Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to whenever we're done. And also have a one-on-one mentorship. So all the links will be in the description below. If you guys want to check it out, if you guys are interested, just, you know what I'm saying, click those links and we can work together, make you profits, change your life. Let's get into it.